Hello and welcome to my analysis of the Remsen Stakes at Aqueduct on Saturday. It's part of the Derby Trail. Sorry I'm recording this late, but there's not a lot of horses, so maybe it won't take me too long. Let's take a look at the race. Number 1 is Tux. Tux broke his maiden on this course by 3.5 lengths. It was only a 6.5 furlong race though, so he will have to go from 6.5 furlongs to 9 furlongs. And I normally don't like taking those types of horses. In any case, let's take a look at the maiden race. We catch them turning for home. Tux is 3 wide. He's the gray horse, and he's being asked to run, so it's not an easy win. But he's going to slowly mow down the leader, Matt Tudor. Slowly but surely, he's coming. The jockey is asking him. And once he hits the lead, though, he's going to open up by 3.5 lengths, as the past performances said. And he's going to finish up strongly, which is a good sign, I think. Still, the pedigree kind of worries me because there is a sprinter at the bottom. I know Tappets can go a long way, but Fancy Dress Party was a sprinter in her career. We can take a look at her Equibase really quick. Fancy Dress Party won the 2019 Miss Woodford, and she won the 2019 Beaumont Stakes. The Miss Woodford was a 5.5 furlong race, and the Beaumont Stakes, I think, was 7 furlongs, 6 or 7 furlongs. She was a sprinter, and her sire was Munnings, so it isn't a perfect pedigree for 9 furlongs, and going from 6.5 furlongs to 9 furlongs is not easy. Number 2, Aviator Guy. On the surface, his pedigree is more sturdy for 9 furlongs, with Ankamo on top and a Tappet mare on the bottom. With that said, I was kind of disappointed with his Awad Stakes effort because he faded to 3 lengths behind the winner after making that big mid-race move. And the race was on turf, so maybe I'm being too harsh, but still, it didn't look like he wasn't handling the surface, he just flattened out in the stretch. Aviator Guy did break his maiden at 1 mile on this course. It was an off-the-turf race though, so I wonder what the quality of that race was since it was off the turf and those horses were meant for turf. But the runner-up Cyclone State and Hands of Time, the third place horse, did both return to win. I have some questions about this horse. I understand if you use him on the bottom, I don't know if he could win though. Number 3 is Poster. His 2 races were on turf, so he's hard to handicap, but I do like how he finished in both of those races. He won by 3 lengths on October 12 at Keeneland, and he won by a length and 3/4 on August 19 at Ellis Park, and he finished strongly in both of those races. I did watch them, but I don't know how to rip off races off the internet unless they're on YouTube, and I don't think those races are on YouTube. In any case, his pedigree is interesting because it's Munnings on top, and I think of Munnings as a sprinter miler sire. However, his dam is Pinup, who was a sibling to Bernardini, and also the dam sire Tapit is another good route influence, so maybe there's enough pedigree in there to get 9 furlongs, and certainly from a look standpoint, he looks like he could get 9 furlongs. You just have to find those replays and watch him for yourself. I don't know for sure. It's still a guess until they run on dirt, but it does seem like he'll like the distance based on looks and how he finishes up his races. I would use him underneath. I don't know if he could win. Number 4 is Studley Do Right. I thought I wouldn't like this colt, but this is not the strongest edition of the Remsen Stakes, and he did win the Nashua Stakes on this course on November 2. Let's take a look at the replay of that race. We catch them turning for home, and Studley Do Right is in the blinkers on the inside. Vekoma Rides is to his right, and Tony Eclipse is on the lead. And Tony Eclipse is on his wrong lead. Studley Do Right is on his right lead, and he's going to rally in between horses right here. And he's being asked to run, I know, but I like the way he did it. He was game till the end. He finished up strong. And he does have the pedigree that makes me think he could get 9 furlongs. I know sometimes these 2-year-olds who win early in their careers tend to flame out as the other horses catch up. This horse did win the Tremont Stakes back in June. However, he did win the Nashua Stakes nicely, and maybe he could at least hit the board in this spot. Number 5, Keewaydin. He broke his maiden on this course on October 12 in a 7 furlong race by a length and 3/4. Even though it was a small margin, I still liked the way he did it, and there was a big margin to the 3rd place horse. I have the replay, so let's take a look. We catch them turning for home, and Keewaydin is on the lead. Volt is the big threat on the outside. Keewaydin is going to open up here, and it looks like he's going to win by more than he does. I know he's being asked, but I still think it's mostly a mild ride. And he's going to open up by 3 lengths. And Volt is going to be forced to run hard to catch up with him. And I like the way that they both open up on the rest of the field. They are way ahead of the 3rd place horse. And Keewaydin is just going to cross the wire under a hand ride over Volt in second. Now, Volt didn't return to run well, but I still like the fact that Keewaydin in his first start at Saratoga only lost by a neck to Tip Top Thomas. And Tip Top Thomas went on to run well in the Champagne Stakes. I think he was the runner up, and he did all the work in that race. So Tip Top Thomas does have some ability, and Keewaydin was only a neck behind him at Saratoga. And I believe Keewaydin is going to be my top choice in this race, with some questions about the pedigree in terms of distance, but I'm not going to disqualify him just because Instagram is on top, because Instagram has already sired multiple route winners, at least more than one. And the dam side, I would say, leans towards route, so Keewaydin is going to be my top choice in this race. Number 6, Surfside Moon. I'm not going to spend too much time on this horse. He was 5th by 4 lengths in the Laurel Fraternity. Studley Do-Right was 2nd in that race. And then this horse went on to run in the Wad Stakes, just like Aviator Gee. And this one finished 6th by 5 1/4 of a length. I'm not too interested in this horse. I think he's a step below these horses. And if you're going to take any horse out of the Laurel Fraternity, why wouldn't you just take Studley Do-Right? Number 7, Gun Trader. Before I dismiss him, I will say this trainer sometimes strikes with long shots. A couple of years ago, he did win the Jockey Club Gold Cup with a big long shot. I can't even remember his name. However, this horse comes from Parks, and he only broke his maiden. And his speed figures on Priest are pretty low. They're in the 70s. He broke his maiden by a length in 1/4 in a November 4 race. He did win a route race, so it was a 2-turn route at least. I'm going to pass though. I need to see more. Parks is a lower tired course. I know sometimes Parks horses can become good horses. I need to see more though from this one. As I said, Keewaydin is going to be my top horse in this race. I'm going to use Poster underneath, and I'm going to use Studley Do-Right underneath. So those are my 2 horses underneath, but Keewaydin is definitely my top choice in this race. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon with another Derby Points Trail race.